Bing, bing, bong.
Welcome to Rydell High.
Oh, you do that every time.
I know, you always do the bing, bing, bong.
I love Grease. I actually been thinking about that recently since you talked about it. Grease is the world, is the world.
I spoke of it?
It was a couple mornings ago and you went bing, bing, bong. And I was like, oh, I know that.
Cracked.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Nonsense.
Bing, bing, bong. How are you? How are you? What's up, guys? We're back.
Let us know.
In the comments below. There's no one.
I feel like ass today, y'all.
We've got a case of the Mondays, boys.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think Ash is coming down with something like a head cold, and I'm got a sore throat right now. So we'll see what's cooking there.
Keep you posted on that.
But this one's got like what seems like a head cold.
Yeah, I've just been like, my head's been, my face was hurting. I just feel so nauseous.
Mm-hmm.
I got my shit taken at work today, thank God. I don't think I would have been able to make it. After class, I was like sitting in my lab and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Then
Fuck, just waiting for the timer to go off.
Yeah, and then I came home and took a 3-hour nap, which was like so needed. Oh my God.
Head colds are fucked because you feel like you're in a video game.
Like, I just don't feel real. Everything hurts.
People are like talking to you and you're like, I feel like I could just spit on you right now. Like nothing matters.
I know. So the more I move, the more I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
And everything's just pushing on your head and you're like, ah! We were in the library and Ash was like, these lights are bright.
Oh my God, it was so bright this morning.
Those
I,
fluorescent lights,
almost,
baby.
I don't know if it's maybe because like it's a combination of just being like overtired and then plus drinking on Saturday and drinking on Sunday.
Yeah.
And then like just a mix of it.
You had a fun weekend.
I had a bit of a fun weekend.
You had your Christmas party on Friday.
On Friday, I had my work Christmas party.
How was that? I haven't heard about it yet.
Yeah, it was fun. It was like there wasn't as many people as normal, but like it's just we all just get fucking tossed.
Did you guys go to Rumors?
No.
Rumors.
Danny went to Rumors though, and he was like, it was dead. But we just like played a lot of games. We played a lot of beer pong. We played like King's Cup, which is fun because like
it's fun
when
with
you
a bunch
bring
of
in
people.
like the older people and they're like, "What are we playing? What are we playing?"
They're just so anxious.
I tried explaining beer pong to like my mom and like all the Portuguese women in the kitchen, and like it was just so funny to watch.
I saw your mom. I think it was Jess's story, and she was like, "I'm so bad." She was pissed.
I tried to teach them the concept of air balls because you know that they were shooting air balls left and right.
Yeah.
And my mom, I made it very clear what it was. And then the first 5 shots, whether it was air or not, she would go, "Air! Air!"
Just to be safe.
Even if it was the second shot. And then by the time they actually started hitting air balls, no one was saying air. And
I forgot. They're like that.
The first woman shot, and like the second woman hadn't shot yet. I was like, "Mom." She's like, "What?" I was like, "Air." And she was like, "Air ball!" I was like, "Oh
I could
my
just
God."
see her playing, and you're like, she's like, "Oh, I'm done.
It was funny to watch. But we all got so drunk.
Nice.
And then we went back to, I stopped drinking really hard closer to the end of the night because I had to work at 11.
Oh my God.
So we went back to Sarah and Louisa's house.
What time was this at?
Like 2.
Okay. Whew. I'm already tired. I'm already conkied out.
Maybe like 1:45. And we went back and I'm like, okay. I was like, I need to go to bed soon. And they pulled like wine, because it was Jess and Derek slept over.
Mm-hmm.
And then me. And then...
At Sarah's?
Yeah, and then Vanya and her husband. And
Why didn't you sleep at your house?
I was going to, and then...
You're like, I'll go back with you.
It was like, "No, you're coming back to our house!" And like, everyone was going back, and I was like, I guess. Like,
okay.
And then I knew that I would have a ride to work, for
Yeah,
sure. So I didn't have to
nice.
take a cab or anything, so I left my car at the restaurant. So then, we all go back, and like, everyone's still like partying. I'm the only one who's work. Actually, Vanya had to work at 11 too.
Bon.
And it was like, Sarah was like pouring me a glass of wine, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, 1 glass and that's it. And then I went to bed at like 2:30, and then Louise and Jim were like, I was in the basement room, just like stomping on the floor and screaming, be like, "Get up, get up!"
Oh my God, just to piss you
And I
off.
was like,
That feeling of being so tired where you're like, I want to cry. Like, I just want to be asleep. Oh my God.
It wasn't like totally bad, but I also knew that I had plans Saturday night as well, right?
So you're like, fuck.
I was fine the whole day. I was hungover, but, like, it wasn't bad. I, like, filled everything. I stocked everything. Lunch was busy. Dinner was pretty busy, so it was, like, a steady day. Sarah came in at 5. She was hurting.
Damn.
Vanya was hurting. Vanya didn't even eat breakfast with us because she thought she was going to puke.
Vaughn!
My mom was hurting because she drank a lot because we all did so many shots. And then by the time it was, like, 7:45, I, like, sat down to eat. It was my first time that I had sat down all day. And it just fucking hit me.
Oh, my God. Because you kind of just get through the day.
Yeah,
and then
I was like,
you allow yourself.
At 11, yeah, like, normally, like, I'll take, like, a while to, like, get into the shift if there's, like, not a lot to do.
Yeah.
Like, our fridge that's, like, in our vestibule was, like, so empty. I was like, I didn't work Friday. I was like, must have been so busy, plus the Christmas party. I'm like, I guess I'll fill it all. So, like, fill everything. Sarah gets to work at 5, and she opens it up, and she's like, fuck. I'm like, what? She's like, me and Jess have been emptying it out all week. Like, they haven't stocked all week so that they could empty out the fridge and, like, give it a proper clean. And I had literally just filled it from, like, front to back. And I was like, oh, shit.
What'd you say? Or just clean it later. How bad is it?
It wasn't that bad. It was just like due
for one, yeah.
A clean, but it's so much easier when you have like 4 bottles to take out rather than an entire fridge.
Oh my God, yeah. Now you gotta wait till.
So I was like, okay, now this week I won't stock.
I got it. Well, yeah. If you don't know, you don't know.
It's funny because normally now I've just been working night shifts, so like there's never really time to like stock. You normally stock in the morning.
Yeah.
So I said to Sarah, I was like, oh, it's funny because I normally don't stock. She was like, I know, that's why I didn't tell you.
Fuck. I was just.
Sorry.
You know what? This is why I won't do anything around here now. Fuck. When Ben went to, he went to go get his physical done, and he had to pee, but he didn't know they needed his urine.
Oh,
and he, like, closed the door. But they didn't tell him either on the form or anything. Like, he came and already wrote the form, and he's like, gotta pee, while he was waiting. They watched him go in the bathroom, and then they were like, hope we don't need any urine. And then
I'd be pissed.
The nurse came back. She was like, I need urine from him. And they were like, oh. And then he walked out, and I told him. They waited to, like, tell him. I was like, they need your pee. He was like, oh, what? He felt so bad.
Pee when you...
I don't think so, but I don't know. It was like a full test. He did, like, a weird test. So it's a test to basically see that he's fit to work at, like, this drug company in Strathroy. So, like, he had to pick up boxes, like, move them, like, get up off the ground, like, do a strength test, vision. It was, like, a whole gig. But, yeah, then he had to chug a bottle of water, and he was so anxious that he had to pee. He was like, fuck, now I have to pee under pressure. That's scary.
I don't remember the last time I peed in a cup.
Picture someone sitting you down and being like, pee! You're like, ah!
Please, sir.
Peeing in a cup is awkward.
Mm-hmm.
How do you aim? Well, for girls speaking, I'm sure it's easier for guys. It's always easier for guys.
It's always fucking easier.
So I have a story I wrote down that I want to talk about. So funny. It's like a quick story, but I made a note of it, and I was like, who does this? Like, no social skills. So we were at a work staff meeting involving, like, pizza and, like, everyone just sitting down and eating, and then we were going to do, like, an inventory. So we sat down. It was very quiet, because everyone who works at a vet's office is just weird, apparently. Myself excluded. As an outsider to them. Like, when for
those listening on iTunes, I just lowered my glasses and looked at the camera. Because most of our viewers are on iTunes. Or listeners.
On iTunes. Shout out iTunes listeners.
Shout out iTunes listeners.
Thank you for pulling the sleigh.
I was checking the stats for last week's episode, because the views on YouTube were a little low. Mm-hmm. But our stats on iTunes, like Apple Podcasts, is consistent. So
Steady, baby.
So, like, thank you, guys.
Thank you. So we're sitting there. Everyone's just awkward. Let me run down the gig. So the first, I'm not going to name names, obviously. I'm not going to name names. But there's one girl who loves Jesus. Like, you know when you get into a conversation with someone and they kind of do, like, little droplets of their personality, like, of, like, a reoccurring theme or something. Like, she would be talking, and then she'd be like, oh my God, we were at Bible study, and then this happened, and then she talked about, me and my friend were in this argument about the Quran and the Bible, and she kept going on about it, and the more she went on,
same book.
I was like, girl, I'm gonna go hang out with the cats now. And there's another girl who loved, she's gone now, but she loved finches. Like, you saw her eyes, like, light up. Her eyes went, like, black. When you said finches, she
terrified.
Like, we weren't really talking all day. She's kind of awkward and weird. And then I said finches, and she started talking about, like, her 7 birds. And then another girl named, I'm not gonna say her name, but, she looks like, all these girls are just frail and really, really, really pale, like, short hair, look like they've never worn makeup a day in their life, like, just very pure. You know what I mean? You know the type of girl.
In all the wrong ways.
In all the wrong ways. You know the type of girl or the type of girl who wears, like, low-cut jeans, like, that are front, like, you could tell her, like, 10 years old with the little diamond-encrusted things on the back of it, and then, like, shape-up shoes, and, like, a gross, like, emoji shirt.
I know I'm already feeling sick, but I'm gonna throw up.
This is not helping. Do you know the type of girl I'm talking about?
Absolutely.
Short hair, like, hands are, like, never been painted, like, very, like, small, and, you know, the wrists are small, they don't wear any bracelets, anything like that.
Yeah, no, I know the type.
Everyone could just picture the type of girl. That's the only girl that works there. They're all very quiet, and then, I think I'm the only one that speaks. Straight up. I came downstairs, I was like, pizza! And everyone was like, and I was like, oh, different vibes. I'm gonna go back up. I can't imagine
working in that kind of environment.
No, and the thing about it is, like, you're never with them. Like, you're always doing your own thing. So when the staff all gets together, you're like, what's your name? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Everyone knew me, but I didn't know them. I was like, I don't know your name.
Everyone knew me. Love that.
Anyways, so we're all sitting there eating. And we all had plates, because they have plates in the back, and the one girl, like, the boss was like, do you want a plate? To this one girl who was eating just with, it's like a full-grown woman, who was eating with her hands. And we were like, do you want a plate? Like, there was a stack of plates right in front of her. Like, she was like...
And everyone else is using plates.
And everyone else is using plates. Like, and keep in mind, we were honestly, it's a tight corner space. We were probably in the vicinity of this, all sitting in a chair, quietly eating pizza.
God, that sounds disgusting.
Disgusting.
Is there music playing, like, in the background?
Like, it's just, like, the radio kind of playing and, like, the tick-tock of the clock.
Oh, God.
And it was bad. Like, you know when all you can do is stare at what's in your lap and you're like, don't look up, swear to God, don't look up, don't look up, don't look up. And you're like, I'm just gonna keep eating. It was like that. So, it was bad. So we offered her a plate and then she goes... No, I'm not just gonna, like, get the plate dirty for one use. I'm not that dirty plate person. And we were all like, okay. Like, no one said anything either. We were all like, and you could hear her afterwards kind of being like, you know? Oh, it was just, the tension and the cringe was palpable.
You could hear the clock ticking.
You could hear the clock ticking and, like, the slight... And just everyone, like, went back to their pizza. And
I was sitting with their plates like, I guess I won't use that anymore.
And I find I rarely get, like, cringy anymore, because I just, in the moment, I'm like, I want to remember this. Yeah. Instead of cringing, I'm like, I want to relish in this moment and feel everything I can at this moment.
There was a moment like that I'll tell you about from Mike Birbiglia's special on Netflix. I think he has a few now. He's one of my favorite comedians. He's so fucking funny. Check it out, but... I'll let you.
That's it. It was just a moment that I noted, and I was like, this needs to be documented. And it was just so bad.
Dirty plate person.
And what am I, dirty plate person? And then I looked around and I was like, 1, 2, 3. I was like, we all have plates.
So funny.
Fuck. So it was, yeah.
In Mike Birbiglia's special, he's talking about, like, how much he loves his wife and how they have those moments where they, like, really understand each other. And he said that they were sitting at, it was, like, a friend's birthday party, and this woman gets up to make a speech. And it was, like, for the birthday girl. And it was something along the lines of, like, 1 year ago, this happened, and I stopped it, and I saved your best friend's life. And that was the, like, speech.
Yeah.
And he says that they made eye contact and then said to each other, like, through their minds, we are gonna remember this forever.
Oh my god.
And then he, like, incorporates that throughout the special. And there's, like, moments where when, like, his wife is pregnant and she's, like, crying on the couch because she wants pretzels so bad. So he goes to the store and he sends her 3 pictures of different pretzels. And he goes, which one? And she's, like, texting in all caps being like, all of them! And he goes, and I text back, I saved your best friend's life. And it was just so funny. Like, I know those moments where someone says something and you lock eyes with someone and
you're like,
we're gonna remember this forever.
did you get that tea? It was one
and
of
the
the moments.
thinking the same thought. I love that.
Mm-hmm. It was just me in that moment being like, this needs to be noted.
You're like, I'm gonna tell so many people about this.
Someone about this, but no one here.
Yeah, no, you can't talk to these.
I can't talk to anyone here.
People.
Oh my god. They're the kind of people that, like, you know when you make small talk and then they laugh and they're like,
I'm like...
and they just look at you and you're like, oh, yeah, you get nervous. You're like, just go. Like, we don't have to. I'm fine with us not talking. Like, we don't have to do these, like, forced conversations, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just tell me what I gotta do and I'll go upstairs.
Just be comfy. Just be comfortable.
They're like, how come you were mute with us, but when you're with the cats, all we hear is
like,
giggling.
Bing.
And on the 1, the 2, there's like a whole scene. There was a kitten at the clinic this weekend, and I just recommend everyone adopt a cat today. Adopt, don't shop, or an old girl. Whichever you want. I recommend all of them.
I want all of them.
Our Alphalete shit came in.
Oh, yeah. We didn't do a haul.
We didn't do a haul.
There wasn't enough.
No.
To do a haul.
Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
It was good. I'm excited. I got the, like, Revival leggings that are, like, they just lock you in. They're so comfy. My only issue with them is that they've got, like, the texture on the shins and the texture on the thighs.
That just leave marks?
They just leave marks.
Yeah, I did. I have that too.
I went to shave my legs after, and I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get all the hair because it's, like, indents.
It, like, indents your skin, so it's, like, little bumps that were on the leggings are, like, all over your leg. I remember that.
Girls know what we're talking about because everything leaves indents in our skin. Let's be real, honey.
3+ pitting edema?
Oh, no.
Honey.
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 Yeah, and then I got like a cream tan colored cropped long sleeve, and then I got a cropped black tee and a cropped white tee, which I already don't know where the white one is. I'm hoping it's in the wash. It did a load today, but...
It's kind of tiny. Maybe it got all bundled up into something.
I'm trying to think that I think I wore it briefly and then threw it in the basket.
You don't think so? I think you wore it with those tan pants, so wherever those tan pants are.
Well, the pants are in the wash, so... Along with my soul.
Well, who wears the pants?
None of us.
Ah! We're females. We don't wear pants.
Are no pants. Skirts only. Haven't you ever seen the washroom sign?
I can't go in. I'm wearing pants. I can't go in there.
Fuck!
What do you want me to do?
Just cutting your pants.
Fuck.
Sore. Oh, and then so Saturday after work, my boo, who's almost my boo, not my boo yet, but the guy I've been dating, he came over to spend the night.
I think we're skipping ahead because people who have listened last week have definitely heard, like, so I met this guy.
Yeah, well, this would be, like, our 4th, like, we've been on the 3, like, official dates, and then this would have been, like, our 4th hangout, but, like, we, like, text every day and Snapchat every day.
Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Yeah. It's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary starting to, like, really like someone.
To be like, oh, I could like this fucker.
Invested, where you're like, ooh, why am I thinking about what you're doing right now? Like, I didn't know you, like, 2 weeks ago.
I was really low on Saturday, though, just because by the time I finished work, and then I was, like, on low sleep. Like, we both still had a really good time, but, like, on Sunday, which we slept in, thank God, we slept until, like, 2.
A classic Sunday.
Oh, my God.
Picture, like, getting up with him and then, like, turning around on the other side and you hear, like, a meow.
Gotta bring it back to the cats. Gotta loop it to the cats.
I know! But that's perfect. Or, like, a bunch of humps of cats in the bed with you. That's like a perfect Sunday.
It's perfect.
Ah!
Yeah, we went to Campus Hi-Fi for breakfast. It's actually my first time there.
I've always driven by it and been like, that looks cute.
It was pretty good.
And I never know if it's really connected or affiliated with Western.
Isn't all of
everything's like, we're
Western?
Western. Like, are you? I got on the Greyhound on the way home from Toronto and it was a Western bus and I was like, okay, the propaganda.
London's like, this is all we got going.
This is our
for
only
us.
brand. And Tatty So Batty, shout out.
Of course. Hottest female rapper. She's so. I want like her like mixtape.
I want merch. I want Tatty merch.
I don't have any of her songs like downloaded on my phone. Tatty.
White girl. I know, Tatty. Drop the link on Spotify, but she's having the same problem we are.
She's having the same problem we are.
Can't even judge
I
her.
can't get on Spotify either.
Can't even judge her.
Neither can Tatty.
Neither can Tatty. What were you saying?
It's a tough biz.
You were so tired on Saturday. You were low.
On Saturday, I was pretty low, and then on Sunday, I kind of like mentioned it, and he was like, "I could tell."
And you're like, oh, whoa, what? You have a perception of me? That's
like,
not fair.
I was like, "Your perception exists outside of my perception."
Yeah, you're like, why can't I? You kind of think that everyone thinks what you think of yourself, at least.
Yeah. But we were drinking, so like it was like back to back drinking, and then like my head hurt, and I was just like.
But when it's a new person, even if you feel comfortable with them, you want to drink and you want to like.
Yeah, I was like, you gotta put on your best self.
You kind of do it mindlessly. You're like, guess we're taking a bunch of shots, and then you're like, fuck.
It was good though. It was nice to like relax, sleep in, go eat some food, and then here we are on Monday night, Tuesday for you guys.
Oof.
It's exciting, but we're probably not gonna see each other much the next couple weeks just because of exams and whatnot.
It's nice that he's in school too,
Got a lot of
so
studying
he's
to do.
like still on the same schedule. A lot of girls our age want guys older than us, right? Like a little bit older. So if they're done in school and they're already working, then you got to balance like that. But then the man's already got an income.
I know. Well, that was like when I was seeing Omar, and I was like, like I have
Who?
I was like, I have a lot of studying to do, and he's like, well, you can come over and study. I'm like, okay, but like, what are you gonna do? Like, I know that he's gonna want to hook up, and I'm like, I need to study.
Like that's not a good feeling of sitting there feeling like someone's waiting on you.
Yeah.
To like finish. Like you're never gonna be finished studying. You know.
Yeah. It's better when you have someone like doing it with you.
Yeah, I would agree. Like Ben's not in school, so like it was nice when he was doing his thesis and he had like when I was doing shit at least. Or even at the beginning of the year when I had school for the first month and he was studying still.
Yeah. Well, it's nice because now that you guys are like in your own like relationship groove, it's different.
Yeah.
Because like it's easier to just do your own thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Like when you're first seeing someone and you're like, I'm too busy to like hang out without studying. But, like, if they don't have anything to do, you're like, ugh.
It's cute when you make time though. It's you like someone when you're like, I'll bring my books. Or like I'll study at your house and you just don't do it, but like you go there with the intent.
Well, that's what we did on our last date, which was Wednesday. We went to we were gonna go to a Polish restaurant 'cause he's Polish. They closed so early, so we went to Plant Matter Kitchen in Wortley because I've been wanting to go.
Mm-hmm.
He keeps being like, "Are you sure you're not?" Every time when we went to Campus Hi-Fi, I was like, "Ooh, the veggie wrap sounds so good." He's like, "Are you? You can just tell me you're vegetarian."
I'm not triggered.
But I'm not, but like because now, like since quarantine began for like 3 years, every time I go somewhere, I always look for like vegan and veggie options.
You kind of notice how many places don't have anything. They'll have like the veggie omelet, but it'll be like smothered in cheese, and you're like, "Can I take that off?" And they're like, "It's just a green pepper, then."
It's literally.
Can you just give me one green pepper?
One green pepper and like an egg white.
I can't even eat that.
I know.
I'm like, just give me the plate.
But yeah, we went to Plant Matter, and it was like, if anyone's seen the movie Grandma's Boy, it's like it's like
the
it's like one of those like stupid movies, but a bunch of like game developers go out for like a business lunch, and their boss, his name is Mr. Cheezel, and he's like all about like Zen, and he's like vegan and like all this stuff. So he sends them to this restaurant, and then It's like, it's David Spade. He's like, welcome to healthy eating.
I fucking love
My
David
name
Spade.
is Shiloh, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, do you guys have beer? Like, actually, we don't have alcohol, but we do have shots, lemongrass, and soy. Like, shit like that. And, like, they're like, this place fucking sucks.
He would be perfect for that.
And they, like, make fun of them the whole time they end up leaving and going to get burgers. Like, it kind of felt like that. We got, cauliflower tacos. And, like, they were actually really good. I enjoyed it. But, like, I also have, like, a little stomach. I'm sure, like, a guy is like, okay, this isn't enough food.
Yeah, like, I need my beef.
The girl comes over. She's like, do we have room for dessert? He's like, oh, I'm just absolutely full.
Oh, I wish I saw that. He would have been funny.
But, yeah, so then the plan was we were going to go for dinner, and then we were going to study after because we both had work to do. And then I was going to go to the gym with Carly. So I had my backpack with me, and he's like, I totally forgot my backpack. He's like, so we can go back and get my stuff.
Which means he wasn't planning on studying. Damn.
And then, I know, I was like, I'll just bring my bag. I didn't think we were going to get to it.
It's all for show. Everything's an act.
Well, it was already pretty late, and then we had to go to the gym. So I was like, okay, let's just scrap studying. Let's just go get a coffee, chill for a bit before I have to leave. So we were just going to go to Starbucks. We ended up going to Symposium Cafe.
So random.
I love it there.
It's cute. You just never think to go, and then you're like, Symposium? You're like, okay,
so
it's
we went to
open.
Symposium to get a coffee, and then it was half-price bottles of wine, because it was like Wine Wednesday, but like I guess Symposium does it too.
It's low-key.
I was
Okay.
like, and like we were both kind of like, well, I could do it. Could you do it? Did you want to do it? I could do it. So then we
Keep
ended
in
up-
mind, he doesn't even really like wine, we're assuming. So he
doesn't-
did it for you.
He doesn't drink it often. But by the time we finished the bottle, he was like, I enjoyed that. I was like, right?
The more you drink it, the more you're like, okay, I can appreciate
I
it.
got a nice wine too. Like, we got a Malbec from Argentina, which is one of my favorites.
You got a
So-
Malbec from Argentina.
I'm sorry. I know my
Which is
wine's a
all-
little bit. I know my wine's not a lot, but I know my wine's a little bit. I'm picky. Like, I don't want dry wines or anything, so.
No.
But I do enjoy a good Malbec, so that's what we ordered. And then we ended up being, like, the last table in there, and we were just kind of, like, hooking up in Symposium. Oops. And then it ended up being, like, 11:45.
Could you imagine being the people closing Symposium and you're like, gotta wait for that fucking booth to leave. They're just fucking.
Well, no, they were still going to be open for, like, another, like, 2 hours.
Damn!
open
I
late.
didn't know Symposium, like
It's, like, kind of like a cafe, kind of like a bar.
serves for the public.
Yeah.
Symposium for the people.
No, and they've got, a bomb menu for, like, food, desserts. It's actually kind of sick.
Did
I think-
Emily work at Symposium?
No, she loved going, though. Because I've only been a couple times. My first time I went was on my first date. I went on a first date with Tio there.
Oh, bug!
We were there for, like, 5 hours. And then I've been with Em before.
I just always assume Em's worked there. I'm like, has Em worked there?
Emily's had a million jobs.
She has.
I'm like, Emily's definitely worked there.
Emily, I swear to God, I can see her in, like, the apron. I can see it.
I could see it, too.
Like, the black apron, and then it's got, like...
She should apply to Symposium.
Get my phone.
We need Emily on the line
Dear?
ASAP.
She's like, no.
It's like when Michael watches Devil Wears Prada. I need to speak to Armani.
Where's Armani?
Okay, do you have the phone number? You want me to just look up
Armani!
Oh,
I tooted.
God, you can't stop.
I've been Mrs. Tootie Booty.
I know, it isn't. Too many beans?
I have a lot of beans. My grandma made bean soup.
And chili.
So, Bean City.
Bean City, Bean City,
Hey,
bitch.
Bean City, bitch. Bean City. Hey, hey, hey. Hey,
Did I
hey,
set the
hey.
timer? I did not.
Okay.
We'll
Okay.
be right back.
I feel like I'm at the beginning of a Lady Gaga show. It's just like heavy breathing in a mic, and I'm like, Gaga! Where is she? She comes down from the stage.
Let me actually store the... I always open up settings when I mean to open clock.
I'm gonna clock you.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna go through. I saw this on Tumblr, and I died, so... And I resurrected. So, it's like one of those, like, Today I Learned posts. And it's like, today I learned that the 7th time that Park Ranger Roy Sullivan was struck by lightning coincided with the 22nd time he fought off a bear with a stick. So, someone links, like, the Wikipedia with the 7 times that he got struck by lightning, which coincided with the 22nd time he fought off a bear. It's a little bit long, but we're going to go through it.
It's okay.
Number 1. The first documented lightning strike of Sullivan occurred in April 1942. He was hiding from a thunderstorm in a fire lookout tower. The tower was newly built and had no lightning rod at the time. It was hit 7 or 8 times. Inside the tower, and this is in quotes, fire was jumping all over the place. Sullivan ran out and just a few feet away received what he considered to be his worst lightning strike. It burned a half-inch strip along his right leg, hit his toe, and left a hole in his shoe.
Oh my god.
Number 2. He was hit again in July 1969. Unusually, he was hit while in his truck driving on a mountain road. The metal body of a vehicle normally protects people in cases such as this by acting as a Faraday cage. The lightning first hit nearby trees and was deflected into the open window of the truck. The strike knocked Sullivan unconscious and burned off his eyebrows and eyelashes and set his hair on fire.
Oh my god.
The uncontrolled truck kept moving until it stopped near a cliff edge. Like,
is this guy's life real?
doesn't sound like it. And, like, this is, like, there's sources for this.
Oh my god.
Number 3. In July 1970, Sullivan was struck while in his front yard. The lightning hit a nearby power transformer and from there jumped to his left shoulder, searing it. 4. In spring 1972, Sullivan was working inside a ranger station in Shenandoah National Park when another strike occurred. It set his hair on fire. He tried to smother the flames with his jacket. He then rushed to the restroom, but couldn't fit under the water tap and so used a wet towel instead. Although he never was a fearful man, after the 4th strike, he began to believe that some force was trying to destroy him, and he acquired a fear of death. For months, whenever he was caught in a storm while driving his truck, he would pull over, lie down on the front seat until the storm passed. He also began to believe that he would somehow attract lightning even if he stood in a crowd of people, and carried a can of water with him in case his hair was set on fire.
Holy fuck.
Number 5. On August 7th, 1973, while he was out on patrol in the park, Sullivan saw a storm cloud forming and drove away quickly. But the cloud, he said later, seemed to be following him. When he finally thought he had outrun it, he decided it was safe to leave his truck. Soon after, he was struck by a lightning bolt. Sullivan stated that he actually saw the bolt that hit him. The lightning moved down his left arm and then left leg and knocked off his shoe, and then crossed over to his right leg just below the knee. Still conscious, Sullivan crawled to his truck and poured the can of water, which he always kept there, over his head, which was on fire.
Holy could you imagine grabbing that being like, fucking thank you?
Number 6. The next strike on June 5th, 1976.
The next strike?
Injured his ankle. It was reported that he saw a cloud, thought that it was following him, tried to run away, but was struck anyway. His hair also caught fire.
Just go bald, man.
Number 7. On Saturday morning, June 25th, 1977, Sullivan was struck while fishing in a freshwater pool. The lightning hit the top of his head, set his hair on fire, traveled down, and burnt his chest and stomach. Sullivan turned to his car when something unexpected occurred. A bear approached the pond and tried to steal trout from his fishing line. Sullivan had the strength and courage to strike the bear with a tree branch. He claimed that this was the 22nd time he hit a bear with a stick in his lifetime.
Holy shit.
Like, fuck.
Could you imagine living that life?
No, it doesn't
and being
sound
like,
real.
I gotta be alive for something.
Like, I get that he's a park ranger. It's funny because, like...
He's a park ranger?
He's, like, literally like, okay, I'm in a tower, I'm safe. I'm in my car, I'm safe.
Like, they always tell you, like, when you're in your car, you're good.
Yeah.
Damn. It like, finds him. The open window was like, there must be something in him. Something, like, something. There's something
going on.
That just attracts.
Struck 7 times by lightning?
That's not a coincidence anymore. There's something.
Yeah, I would be so scared. I would never leave my home.
Do so many tests on him. Be like, what's in his blood? What's in his cells?
Like, I would move to a place where there were, like, no storms.
Yeah. Could you imagine living like that? Every storm, you're like, I can't go out.
No. I'd be so scared.
It's interesting, though.
I can't believe it's real.
Like, wow.
Man.
I
feel like my thing's not... Sorry about the noise, guys. If you can hear it. I keep hearing...
Oh.
Maybe my headphones are dying.
It might be that.
Oopsie doopsie.
Oops, I did it again to your heart. Got lost.
Did I talk about my retail simulation?
No.
No? Was that this week?
Or maybe you did. I don't remember. Tell it again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember because you tell it. It's
I've told
just
it
you
to
retelling
you,
me.
I've told it to Hubert. Yeah, I've told it to... It was good, though. I had my retail simulation, which is just, like, you go into the... We have, like, a little mini pharmacy, and then we had, like, actors come in and pretend to be patients and whatnot. And then you just have to, like, work as a team. It was fine. Some of the people in my group were a little
dum-dum.
A little off. They were, like, everyone was nervous, but...
Did you know what the London average reading grade level is?
No, what?
I was told this by one of my profs the other day. It's grade 8 is the average level.
Damn, grade 8?
Which is, like, good, apparently.
I mean, like...
Grade 8.
Yeah.
Think about your vocabulary in grade 8. I mean, it
Not
wasn't bad.
good.
It was just not very expansive.
Good word. That's a grade 8 level word.
Like, think of all the words and the ways you can articulate yourself now.
Compared to, yeah.
Compared to grade 8?
I know, I was trying to think of, like, what I was reading in grade 8. Like, I read The Hunger Games in, like, grade 6.
Mm-hmm.
But
Just makes you think.
makes you think.
Like, it's crazy how many people actually can't read.
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
Well, think about how many people, just, like, how many people that, comes from just because of, like, poverty.
Yeah.
And
They
whatnot.
just couldn't afford to, like, go to school or whatever.
Also, academic reading is overrated. You ever read a fucking article and you're like, this is bad writing?
Bad writing.
Like,
A
bad
lot of
writing.
times. A lot of the
And
times.
it's like,
You're
this
like,
is just so unnecessary.
why are we still teaching our kids Shakespeare? Why does it matter? This shit doesn't make sense. We don't talk like this anymore.
I know. I do get it, though. It's poetry.
I understand studying it and being like, this is what we used to base English off of and, like, plays and shit and blah, blah, blah. But why are we reading it when, like, you need a whole other book to translate it?
I understand, like, studying it a little bit. But
I could see, like,
the fact
taking
that you have to do
pieces
a
of it.
different play, like, each year.
Yeah.
It's like, there's other poets.
I could see, like, taking pieces of Shakespeare and being like, this is how he used this to say this, blah, blah, blah.
But it was monumental in, like, the beginning of, like, plays and poetry.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. I'm no...
Okay, but then just do it for 1 year. Do it for, like, grade 11 or something.
Yeah, like, do a large unit on, like,
Shakespeare.
understanding why Shakespeare's important.
Like, people...
Like, you don't have to...
Like, handing kids Shakespeare books that don't make sense to them makes them hate it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, you're making me read this and I don't know what's going on and I'm just going to use a Google Translate thing and then we're both not going to get anything out of this.
Mm-hmm. I had that, like, Shakespeare book.
Yeah,
where it, like,
the
translated.
guide. The pocket buddy.
I was like, can we just watch the Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio?
I think I tried to watch that and I couldn't even get through it.
I've never actually... I think I've seen, like, a...
bland.
I don't care.
You would want to because you're like, oh, Leo. And then you're like, oh, Leo.
Yeah, I don't really care for
Yeah.
it. Although, you know what show I really want to watch? It's called Emily Dickinson. Or no, it's called Dickinson or whatever, but it's about Emily Dickinson and about how she's a lesbian, like...
A lesbian.
I know, I don't know what I was going to say. A blatant lesbian.
A blatant lesbian, yeah. She's a very obviously lesbian.
You know how everyone's like, I think Emily Dickinson's a lesbian.
Oh!
And you're like, you think?
Let me see her. I don't know who we're talking about.
Actually, the actress is Haley Steinfeld, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, she's gay?
In the show.
Emily. So Emily Dickinson's the one that's gay.
Yeah. All of her, like,
What was she known for?
Like, her writing.
Oh, she's a poet.
But, like, all of her writing is about, like...
Like women?
Like, women, and they're like, oh... It's like one of those things where it's like, oh, she lived with a friend.
She had a best companion. I'm like, this girl was gay!
And, yeah, Haley Steinfeld. Like, I've seen, like, gifs of it everywhere, and I'm like, ooh, I'm so excited to watch
Who's that
this.
really short guy in history?
Lord Farquaad?
No. Oh, fuck, yes, but... The really, really short Napoleon. I think people were saying Napoleon was gay.
Well, the thing is, if you look at, like, all of the literature of, like, 1800s and whatnot, all of the men were gay.
Oh my
All
god.
of them. 'Cause
Also,
they were out at sea for like 8 months at a time.
they're like, I gotta get some, man.
Like, they were all... I remember I did a project in, like, grade... I think it was, like, grade 8 on Vasco da Gomes. And he was, like, a... Not like a pirate, but he was, like, a voyager.
Yeah.
And I remember doing all my research and being like, y'all, these menses were gays.
You think those...
Like, every, like, man in power had a male companion that they slept with. And it said that on the, like,
And
I
also,
remember being in grade being like, should I be reading this?
I bet you it was pretty normal, too.
Oh,
like, it wasn't normal.
absolutely.
Or it wasn't looked at as not normal until, like, I don't know how it happened. But...
Things like that in the past, though, were always, like, if you just didn't talk about it, it was fine. Like, there's always stories of, like, transgender people in history where their son or, like, their daughter would go away for boarding school, and then they would shortly after take in their nephew. So, like, basically they just remade over because she wanted to be a boy.
Yeah.
And then they said that they sent their daughter away, and now they have a nephew. That's what they would do.
Yeah.
But it's like, LGBT people have been in history. They've been there.
Most of the article deals with the way Napoleon's police handled cases of homosexual activity, which was not illegal in France since 1791.
No, it wasn't.
I also found that a citation from Napoleon himself about sexuality. As for the stories that Napoleon was homosexual, they are, of course, ridiculous on the same levels as the accusations that he committed incest with his sister Pauline. Napoleon, bisexual emperor, is particularly bizarre. The author of this did not understand the sources he read and had a strange view of homosexuality. In fact, he argued that Napoleon had homosexual feelings, but said he never acted on them.
Lies.
What do I believe? I'd love to, like, actually see from like a movie perspective, like, people in history, like, hooking up.
Yeah. Well, that's what's so interesting about the show Emily Dickinson, because not that I've seen it yet, so I don't actually know, but it like, she was kind of like the rebel of her time in, like, her poetry and whatnot.
Yeah.
And they had to, like, sneak away and steal glances and
Steal a glance.
I know, but the homoeroticism of it all is
Oh my god, I'm just sweating.
Hoo 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 hoo. Hoo hoo.
Woo!
Same with shows like Call the Midwife. I haven't seen it, but it's like a lot of, like, it portrays just that earlier time of, like, secrecy and whatnot.
I agree. That little sense of, are we both feeling this?
Yeah. Same with the movie, the one that just won, like, an Oscar last year with,
The Favorite?
The Favorite. That was a good one. She was the queen, and she had her companion, and they, you know.
And they did the dirty.
Even though, like, her best friend was, like, married.
Yeah.
But she was the queen's best mate.
You know what? Sometimes you gotta look around and be like, what are we all doing? We're all just floating somehow in the universe.
Yeah.
What?
What is what?
Can you explain that and why this matters? I'm over it.
It's like literally like the least important aspect of humanity.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, nothing matters, guy. Like, chill.
Nothing really matters.
Well, I don't really have anything else to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about it.
I'm gonna go throw up.
Can I watch?
Sick of feeling this way.
I'm sick of feeling this way.
I hate my town and I hate my life.
Ew.
Well, it's been another week. We're still here. And we hope you are too.
We have a vlog to put out this week.
Yeah, we'll be having a vlog coming up this
A
week.
November vlog. And we are going to do something with a mango pit.
Stay tuned. Have I mentioned what we're doing with
Yes,
it?
we've talked about it.
I think we have. I was going to do it tonight, but I'm really sick, you guys.
Well, you know what? We're busy. We've got exams. We've got work. We had a Christmas party over here. People are getting booed up left and right.
Mm-hmm.
Ben's moving home
this week
in a couple days, which
yeah.
it's so nice. I usually work 3 to 9, but I only work 3 to 8, and I work with Hasna, who works till 9. So basically, I'm done at 6. And then I can, like, move him in.
Very nice. I work all weekend, which is good for my bank account, but, like...
Bad for your heart.
I'm already thinking about all the shit I have to do for this week, and then I have my exam this Friday, and, like, 3 assignments due.
Everything just hits like a train.
Tomorrow, Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday, so, like, I'm just a little stressed out, but, oh, there she goes.
Okay, well, thanks for watching.
Peace.